A very good evening to you. I am Zondo. In your sport this evening, we will be talking about development of football, the place where many football stars are created. And to help us understand this important part of any football journey, we have roped in Michael Bender, who is the CEO of RCD Espanyol Academy. Good evening, Michael, and welcome to Sport on Full View.
Good evening to you, and thank you for having me.
Brilliant. So, Michael, let's just start to talk about why South Africa was chosen as the first place to have this La Liga Club Academy. What was the reason behind choosing South Africa?
So I think we've been venturing to Spain since 2015, and it was quite obvious that whilst we were over there, the South African style of football, in actual fact, can work quite well with the Spanish style of football. We love to express ourselves on the game, and we love to be able to show skills. We realized, however, there was a massive gap in the style of coaching that was needed to take our South African talent and have them showcased in Spain. So what we have done is open up the academy in South Africa with Espanyol Barcelona to try and close the gap, both on a coaching level and, more importantly, on a talent identification process.
All right, so these past 2 weekends have been nothing short of exciting. You had trials at St. Stithians. Maybe talk us through that, and just the kind of talent that came through, the kind of numbers that you saw.
Well, I've got to tell you something. Much to our surprise, we were completely blown away. Over 5,600 players came down for trials. As far as Western Cape, Eastern Cape, Limpopo, Lesotho, Swaziland, Kwakwa in the Free State, it was just beyond belief to see, first of all, how many players were prepared to travel these distances, but more importantly, how desperately this is needed in youth development in South Africa. Notwithstanding the fact that this wasn't only about looking for the best footballers, but this is about just giving our youth a bit of dignity and hope that they start believing that there truly is a way for them to have their talents recognized and maybe start playing overseas.
And in terms of the pool that came through, if I understand correctly, from under 8 all the way to under 19, you had males and females coming through.
Oh, absolutely. So, I mean, to see some of these 8-year-olds playing football was absolutely incredible, particularly at their age. We say it again and again. South African talent has an opportunity to be showcased anywhere in Europe. We just need to start opening up the gateways. And we've had great support from certain sectors of the market space to say, listen, we'll get behind you. Let's get them overseas. The talent, I can tell you now, was beyond exceptional. We saw players that were so brilliant in their style of playing that we were just highly excited. Our biggest issue is the challenge for female footballers. We really believe that we need to see more female footballers join us in South Africa. We're looking for younger girls to start coming into football from the ages of 12 up and not when they're 15, 16 and 17. So that's a big gap we have to fill, and we're hoping to achieve that pretty soon in the next couple of weekends when we go to our final rounds of selecting players.
Also very interesting is the caliber of judges or personnel that are part of the RCD Espanyol de Barcelona, in the likes of Brian Baloyi. Maybe just talk us through, why he was so integral as the goalkeeping head coach to come through and be a part of the trials as well.
So a very valid point you bring up is the fact that we don't want to come here and try prescribe and enforce our way and say, you have to adopt Spanish football. We are saying that there's amazing opportunities, but we have to recognize the fact that as we sit here right now, we have to adopt the African way of playing games. So how better than to get some of the biggest names in football to join us in this platform and to become part of our coaching staff in assisting not only to just get the players back into the game, but also to start helping us understand the differences between the Spanish football and the challenges we face here in South Africa, particularly in local football. Brian is incredible. He will talk to the kids. He mentors the kids. But more importantly, he's one of the greatest goalkeepers we've seen in our country. We have 2 other fantastic footballers who are working with us right now. They're going to be coming on board. And really, at the end of the day, what do we want to achieve? we want to find the next Bafana superstars. As much as we want them to play in Spain, let's deliver boys back home here that can lift our national team.
And the big question then, in terms of you giving us an outline of the way forward, now that you've had the trials, are you going to have more? What is going to happen to the young players that you have now selected? Are they going to be fed into, La Liga, for instance, playing for Espanyol? What is the outline and the roadmap for this academy?
Fantastic question, thank you. So it's very simple. We believe, just based on the time we have been spending traveling to Spain and Europe, nurturing talent, we need nothing less than 9 months to a year before we can even get our South African players up to a point or a level where they can start performing at their best capacity in Europe. So to be quite honest with you, we will induct the players that have come through the trial system into a final cut, we call it, and hopefully out of that we'll get 300 to 500 players that we'll work with over the next 9 months with our UEFA coaches and CAF licensed coaches, and also start training at least another 10 to 20 South African coaches. Then once we've done that evaluation, this team that's been built in South Africa will play in the IBA Cup International Tournament in Portugal. And then hopefully with the system that we use, we can take one of our teams over to play in the Espanyol Barcelona annual tournament, where we have 11 of our academies participating. We must know that it's really important. Espanyol Barcelona is all about development. This is a club that has developed over 70 players that are playing in some of the biggest leagues in the world. Their grassroots program is perfect to fit into our program, but we do need more support. I'm going to be quite honest with you. We need companies and brands to step up and not sponsor us, but adopt players, adopt the opportunity to give a player a platform to be recognized and noticed.
Michael, this sounds so fantastic. We are definitely going to be keeping in touch with you just to find out what the progress is. Really huge congratulations on what you're doing. I couldn't agree more with everything that you're saying. All the best, and especially with the women's footballers. That is the one aspect that I'm also going to be looking out for in quite a big way. That was, of course, Michael Bender, who is the CEO of Espanyol de Barcelona Academy. And of course, it is the first La Liga club academy that is based in South Africa, doing quite a lot in terms of development of football. That's where we'll leave it from the sports desk for now. When the full